Okay, I'm back. We'll see when everybody pops in. We had some technical difficulties. I don't know if it was maybe my kids playing Roblox and that pulls a lot. I don't know. We'll see. So I still have Regine, Vertu, and Debris. And Katie was asking about a question, but I don't know. So I will wait. Hi, Regine. Okay, perfect. So let's get started. So I was saying, is it still buffering? Regine, is it still buffering? No, it's okay now. Okay. So I can't, like, when I was trying to connect with your guides and asking what do you need to know right now, like I heard funny little things and I heard no, she's good. And then I just get the feeling of like starting like I don't know if it's a weight loss journey or something, but it feels like you're going to be maybe, I don't know if it's like looking at like Mounjaro, Ozempic or something like that, where I'm looking at where it's like I'm looking at some sort of assistance to help me with it. So I feel like focusing on yourself, and it's not because like, oh, I want to be super skinny, but it's just like, I feel like there's other health implications for it. Does that resonate when I say that to you? And that's why I asked about insulin resistance, or maybe you're pre-diabetic or something. And so the doctor suggests this. I'm been stuck. What? I don't know what that means. You're what? You've been what? Stuck? I'm not understanding. I have a feeling your thumbs are not being kind to you right now. I want to put a pillow behind my back because whenever I lean back like that, I look like I have a tiny head and a big body. So I'm just going to shove this pillow behind my back. It's not a pretty pillow, but it's a pillow, and I'll do. What's hard? You're trying to lose weight. It's hard. Okay. So I feel like what's going to happen is you're going to go on like Mounjaro or Ozempic or something like that. I'm leaning more towards Mounjaro, and it feels like it's going to be very successful for you. Like, I think the thing that we have not really given much like a lot of forever it's just what you eat, just eat better, just exercise more, but there's more to it than that. And I think the way we treat people is changing rapidly. So I feel like that you might actually start on something like this and it being very successful for you. Because I do think there's more to it than just like, oh, you just need to eat less. Like it feels like there's I don't know, maybe the ghrelin hormone or whatever it is, like it's off, but it's like, it's not it's not a matter of you're not trying enough. And you've been working well on your mental health. Perfect. I saw this guy. There's this guy called whole thing is called Human Garage, and I like the idea of like where he's like talks about fascia and like dealing with the fascia. And actually, some of the stuff he had you do for like ankles and stuff like that, it was like actually helping me because I was having a lot of foot pain, and I knew it was related to like a plantar fasciitis thing, but it actually like I'm like, oh, my feet feel so much better now just from doing this little thing. So there's something to what he's doing, but he like has lost a significant amount of weight very recently. And you can see it in his face, like, and they call it like the Ozempic face or whatever. Like you can see it, but he was like, "Oh, I just shifted something in my thought pattern." I thought, "Motherfucker!" Like No, you didn't. And don't lie to people saying that. I do think there is something to our belief systems, but most of what comes around through manifestation and shifting our thoughts is like being open to the universe bringing things in different ways. And it's not like that you just like wake up and you're like, I just woke up and lost 30 pounds. Like that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen on any, like, it's also like when I do the mindset stuff when I'm working out, it's like, no, I'm not going to allow myself to get down on my body and not being perfect yet, whatever. It's like, no, I'm doing the work. It's happening. It's work. Like I'm doing all of that stuff, right? For mindset. And I do see shift and I do see things happening, not as rapidly, but it's okay to own up the fact that if you're doing Manjaro, it's okay to like say like, this is what it is, because it helps with the food noise and it helps with the emotional stuff. Um, I will say one thing I noticed for me is I have, what do they call it? And I've talked about this sensory type, whatever, where it's like a stim. So when I was little girl, and I didn't know all of this was stimming, but like I always had one finger in my belly button, my left hand in my belly button, and I had these two fingers I would suck on. And it's a form of stimming, and nobody like I'm telling you, like all the signs of autism are there for me, but um as an adult, it would come out and being like, because obviously I don't suck my fingers anymore. That stopped once I got expanders when I was a kid. I couldn't fit everything in my mouth at once. So palate expanders. But as an adult, I just started becoming aware. Part of it was taking the inositol and doing some other things and just really like when I'm eating, like where I nibble on stuff, but it was more out of like an oral stim need than necessarily like where I'd feel like anxious and I'd eat, but I was like, it was an oral stim. So I just pop gum in my mouth now. Like I just, might have been why I always had a cough drop and stuff too. Like it's just an oral thing. Like it's like regulates my nervous system. So that might be where the emotional eating is it's regulating your nervous system. So I always think I don't know, for me, I'm like, I'll chew some gum first and then see, because what I'm eating for lunch, breakfast and lunch and dinner, and I'm not snacking in between meals, what I'm eating for that stuff is enough to fuel my body. So where is that coming from? And is it me feeling more anxious? Am I having more sensory input issues? So I put my earplugs in and I try other practices, but I really believe the Manjaro will help you or something like that. So I don't know. I see that happening soon. And no shame for using it. Like it's a real thing. Obesity is not like you just eat too much. I'm not saying you're obese, but when they look at it, it's a disease. It's a disease. And some people win the genetic lottery and some people don't. So another thing that I started doing, which helped me, and I know it's easier said than done, but with the inositol, I also don't crave as much of the sweets and the carb stuff anymore. But I also started realizing like I'm just going to eat when we were poor, we were an ingredient household, and I didn't have all of the processed foods to eat and snack on. Like we had bread and like crackers and things, but I was snacking on pickles and celery and dip and things like that, like ranch dressing we would make, not pre-bought. Just things like that. Like if I wanted lemon bars one day, I was like 8 or 9 years old. I had to ride my bike to the store to buy lemons. And then I had to make the whole thing. Like it wasn't just pull it out of a package. So this is just like, I started just, really looking at the United States, and that we still allow a lot of things in our processed food that no other country allows, because it's not good for our body, because it's not processed well in our body. So like I eat, and I don't demonize beans and things like that because those are really good for your system. So I really look at fiber and protein. That's it. I don't worry about the fat. I don't worry about, because I'm not eating a lot of fried stuff. Because once you start kind of stop eating that for a little bit, it's just not desirable once you start getting like your system in order. I do have a family member that's on Manjaro, and she's like, it's great. Like, I'm not thinking about food all the time. I realized like I was just eating to eat. Like there was no, but like I was talking to her about this too. I was like, I had something in me where I was like, I just wouldn't always feel full. So, well, it's not your fault, is what I'm saying. And we'll all be here to cheer you on. I just was annoyed that this guy didn't just say, like, well, here's the thing, this stuff has helped me so far and to this point, but I also started doing this because I realized that there was something more to it. Like, just fucking own it. Because to say like to me, it's like I did put out there, I'm gaining weight. What the fuck is going on? I'm doing all the things. And then the universe started going here. And all these wonderful ideas came in to look at like what I was doing. And I was like, oh, beautiful. Now, is the weight like falling off like crazy? No, but I feel fucking million times better. So just what I'm saying is like manifesting and things coming in. It's not a straight line. And it's not just like, I just thought it into existence. It doesn't fucking work that way. Not that kind of stuff. And you're beautiful just as you are right now. I've seen you online. You are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful just as you are. I also understand wanting something and working your hardest that's not working and needing assistance. I want to see clearly. If I want to see clearly, I have to wear contacts or glasses. That is just a fact of it. And some people need help losing their weight because their body isn't functioning the way it needs to in order to lose it. And that is okay. You're beautiful. Devery, so Regine, sit and think about your question and let me answer Devery's. Also, let's talk about something totally unrelated, but Ariana, this dude that she's been having an affair with who has like a baby. And everybody's like, she's so terrible. All right. Not the greatest thing to like go for a man and like actually pursue that when he's married. But everybody's like acting like he's like, oh, this man has done this before. This is not his first cheating game. He's cheated on his wife before. I don't have any proof. I have my intuition. Just a general Devery. Okay. Devery, you're so cute. But I'm telling you, like, think about it. He's just getting caught. He picked too big of a fish. Oh, I think she's going to leave him quickly. Like, she does not have a lengthy track record. But I'm just saying that he's cheated on his wife before, or soon to be ex-wife before. That is not new. He just picked too big of a fish and got caught. Like, he's not this like innocent man that was wooed by that man has done that before. And that, folks, is a coping issue and a like need to work on your own shit issue. And that is not because his wife wasn't enough. Oh, Ariana Grande apparently is cheating with this dude that like he played SpongeBob, so it's really funny. There's all these things coming up with him being like, like doing these. He looks oddly a lot like her brother. He's not my type, so I don't want to call him anything because he's somebody's type. Apparently, Ariana Grande is and this other woman. I don't find him attractive in the least bit, like at all. But he had an affair with, and like, I guess his wife found out. This is like all over my TikTok, but I can't help it. And anyway, you don't know all the story, but the story is, you don't know if this is truth or not, but people are like, oh, Ariana Grande, she steals husbands. And it's like, okay, or whatever, like what a homewrecker she is. But the fact of the matter is like, this man is cheating on his wife. He could have just said, you're beautiful, you're amazing and talented, I find you attractive. However, I'm married. He's clearly got some other issues, but I don't think this is the first person he's cheated with. That's all I'm saying. I don't think this is his first. I think this is his first he got real caught with, because I don't think it's his first time. I don't think he's that innocent. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think either one of them expected her to go and chit chat about it. But you play with fire, sometimes you get burned. Okay. All right. So, Devery, general for you. How are you feeling by, well, let me just see if I get anything. So I feel calmer this week. Like you figured out the stuff with your shop a little bit, and you feel a little bit more settled and okay about that. My right leg still feels a little more swollen than my left. Like I feel like the swelling is a little bit further down. There's something about your right foot. Are you getting like a little numbness and tingling on your right foot? And I genuinely feel like that's just because of the swelling. It's not because anything terrible has happened. But I was noticing that. Excuse my God. Ugh. I'm actually drinking sleepy time tea. Or nighttime tea. That's probably. Your left foot hurts. What about your foot? So what I feel is I feel more swollen on my right leg, and just like a interesting feeling on my right foot. Maybe the sleepiness is, I feel like I just got really, really sleepy. Is this yours? Mm. I don't get, like, I'm not getting a ton of stuff. I just feel like, so do you have a specific question? Because I'm not getting anything like where it's like, you need to do X, Y, and Z, or like, I feel like pretty okay, which is not a bad thing. Other stuff? I know that you feel anxious and you're not sleeping well, but I feel better than I have in a long time with connecting in your energy. Um, like I just feel calm. It does feel like a little bit um blocked in a sense, but not like it's almost like a I don't know. I feel like this week or next week is the week that the job's going to pop up for you as far as being posted. You're not really ready to go full back to work yet anyway though. And I feel like financially you'll be okay, especially by the end of August. What's why? Haha, sorry. Like, why are you not fully ready to go back? Because I think that your body is still really healing. So if you went back and did like a 40-hour a week job, it would just be really exhausting. Yeah, that's why. Just because I feel like it'd be like a little exhausting, 40 hours a week. Sometimes I think people don't realize when you have these day procedures, like, oh, I'm ready to go back. Like, it's more to it than that. It's not that quick. Like, your body had trauma. People don't think of surgery as traumatic, but it is. I know, but so here, let's shift that, right? Money's just energy. Money's just an exchange of energy, right? You pay me for me using my energy to you, right? You had to use your energy to get this little piece of paper that says, or whatever the numbers in your bank account. Um, it's all just energy exchange at a very basic level. But I just feel like the end of August, it feels better. This is a really interesting way of thinking out. So, like this, right? So, it's like if you start looking at, like, okay, why is money hard for me to come by? What are my belief systems around money? What are my belief systems around like my deservingness of money? Do I deserve it? This was really interesting for me. The big block, like when I told the story, after I told the story on TikTok and I like put it up there, I felt such a huge weight come off of my chest. Like this, it was so incredible for me where I just felt like I feel free now. Like free that it's like, oh, like I don't have this shameful part of me anymore. And I wasn't anything to be ashamed of, but it was when something like that happens to you when you're 11, you carry shame around strange things, right? That aren't your fault. But I also thought about it like, boy, that's a big way of feeling like you're not deserving of, like I had to have this idea that I had to do something special or figure out some special way to get like money for food. Like that puts a weird money block for you. So just maybe look at that. Look at what your where those beliefs could be cropping up for you or who taught you to be a penny pincher or why. I know where some of it came from, but I didn't think that would have caused that. And when I really sat and looked at it, I was like, holy shit. Like that's such a food is such a basic need that everybody deserves. And here I was as a little girl, like trying to figure it out. and then being shamed for like, instead of just pulled aside with some fucking empathy from a teacher and said like, what's going on? Well, we'll figure it out. You know, that wasn't the case. That creates a lot, you know, you need money to buy food. So it's very interesting, the story that subconsciously got put in my head over that. So I don't know, just that's what I feel like is like, you can tell your story of like, oh, I'm a penny pincher, but it's like, what if you're just a saver? I just like to save. I like to save. I've got enough money to pay for that. I'm just choosing to save right now. I like to get better deals on things. Like, change up the story a little bit instead of like, I have to do that because I have to save because I have to. I don't know that you're not necessarily doing that. It's just, but I feel like there's an ease at the end of August for you. There's an ease in the energy flow. Yeah, I feel like it's fine to shut the store down. I don't feel like you're done with that though. I have to be honest with you. So maybe you open another one, but I don't necessarily feel like you're totally done with all of that. Y'all, I think my eyebrows actually look kind of good today. I think that's it. Regine, did you think of another question? And Katie, are you here? Did you want a reading? And if so, if you want to purchase it? They're normally like a little janky, like you can kind of see a little whatever, and they're like doing okay today. Okay, what do I see coming up for you? Well, we already talked about what I saw health-wise. So it may be in like 2 months that you start it. It feels like it's not quite, but it feels pretty soon. I honestly feel like that lifts such a weight off of you. I feel so much happier, like just genuinely like, and it's not because, oh, I'm losing weight, I'm happier. Like that's not it. But I feel like it changes something within you. Energetically speaking, like having more energy. I know that like it can cause, a little bit of like sleepiness and stuff like that, but I just feel like overall having more energy, and even like feeling like my body feels better. I also feel like that allows for the flow of other opportunities in your life that you hadn't expected. And I see you saying yes to more things, like, so yes to more opportunities. And I don't think this is because of that, but that's like what I see coming up. Yes to more opportunities. And I actually feel like you're going to end up joining a gym because of it. Not initially, but I do see that. And I know it sounds weird, and maybe you would never, like, in your head, it's like something you would never admit that it's like, but that would be like what you would like to do. Like when you imagine yourself like going to a gym and like being like, and feeling good about yourself and feeling like you belong and fit there. I don't particularly love gyms because I always like my cheeks get so bright red. I look like I'm dying. But I just feel like everything starts to move forward for you. I don't know why this would be a catalyst. You doing this would be a catalyst to like financial growth for you, but it really does feel like it. And it's funny because like one of the first things I saw was like you picking out cute workout gear, like clothes. And like being proud of yourself for it. Drink your water, drink your water, drink your water, by the way. It just feels like this is a catalyst for a lot of different changes. And it's not because it's like, oh, I'm thin, I like whatever. It's not about that. It just feels like it shifts something for you biochemically or something where you start to really see opportunity and possibility and like believing in yourself. I don't know what this is, but it's like sometimes when you think that something's completely impossible and it only is possible for somebody else, when even if you need an assistance, right? Like, again, I think it's very interesting when people like, there shouldn't be a stigma on getting assistance from like a weight loss medication. If people were real and honest about it, it's like, it's fine. You need help to see. Some people need help to hear. Like, people have all kinds of assistive devices and medications. Some people need help, fertility medication, whatever it is. It's like, there's no shame in that. And so I just feel like what happens with this for you, especially, is that it changes some thought pattern in your brain that gives you a sense of hope and ability to see and just a total different mindset shift. So that's what I see. And maybe it's the thing that fuels the creativity or whatever to do your own business. Maybe, you know what, you said you were doing a chiropractic office. Maybe it feels more homey. And I keep seeing this basket. So maybe there's a basket in your office. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. So, okay. I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you all for being patient and hanging out with me and sticking with me. And I apologize for lecturing. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. And I will see you next Sunday. I'm pretty sure. If not, I'll do it sometime over the weekend, but I'll send out an email. So if you're not on my email, get on my email. Okay.